All right, everybody, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to Raw Sports TV 23. Hit the like button, subscribe. We just got done watching a crazy game, Lakers versus the LA Clippers, and I'm just gonna give our breakdown, my thoughts on this game. Started off, Clippers. They were without Paul George, and I don't know who else was missing from their roster. Oh, their center, Zubac, but Mason Plumlee came in, did a great job. I'm gonna cover his mistakes. What happened? Most of his mistakes came in the second half, so we'll get to that. But the Clippers, they got off to a good start. They got off to a hot start. They were up by more than 20. I thought that they pretty much were going to run away with the game. They started hitting key 3-pointers. You had Kawhi knocking down 3-point shots, and they were getting in rhythm. James Harden knocked down a couple 3-point shots. He didn't shoot really great from the 3-point line, but it was enough to balloon the lead up by halftime. So the Lakers were looking at a nice deficit playing from behind. And I think they said in 136 games, they struggled, and they have not had a comeback like that in a very, 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 very long time. So, with that being said, you had the LA Clippers getting to the free throw line in the first quarter. Now, I believe total free throws were 16 free throws. So they shot 16 free throws in the first quarter. Oh, and I'm going to rewind this too. Norman Powell hit a clutch three at the half. He had another three to help balloon the lead up when the Lakers caught up by like 9. So he was also a key factor too. Now let's go back to this whole free throw situation. Now, I've been talking about this. The announcer, I'm going to actually play this clip at the end of the broadcast here. The announcer, this is the second time I've heard this. The announcer said that the LA Lakers have shot twice as many free throws, okay, coming into from a couple of games ago, 2 seasons, 233 more or something like that. He gave a number. I'll put the analytics up then. Their opponents, whenever they're playing their opponents, they get double the free throws. Now, this didn't happen against the Suns, and it didn't happen tonight. But when they don't get those free throws, they end up losing those games, okay? They are like on pace for a 35, 38, 40 game season, something like that. And when they get those 25 free throws or more, they end up winning. A prime example of that happened when they played the Toronto Raptors. You guys remember, and the coach, he blew up, he went off because they ended up giving the Raptors 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and the LA Lakers ended up having 23 free throws in the fourth quarter just to win by 1. And that's the game manipulation that we talk about in order to control a certain narrative, because, you know, they don't want to see the Toronto Raptors beating up on the Lakers. Now, a true basketball fan like myself and many others, if you're not a Bron-sexual or a Bron fan, those people want to see real basketball, but we can't really see it until he gets out the way. Okay, since he's been in LA, it's been a circus show, because he doesn't have that ability to really carry a team himself. So he has to have a whole bunch of superstars on the team. It's been this way since he's left Cleveland. I'm not really gonna get into that because look about it. When he was in Cleveland, he left for South Beach. He had a team up with Wade, Bosh, and Ray Allen. Had that's a whole different story. Same thing when he came back to Cleveland with Kyrie, Love, and then he had to build a super team. Same thing in LA. So it's always something. So he did. So right now, LeBron did say something about not shooting the free throws. That was the thing. He didn't get any free throws Sunday, so he admitted that's their game. Okay. Now they're last in drive possessions, and yet they were still shooting more free throws than their opponents when they play them. So you see Sunday when they played the Phoenix Suns, I think they had 8 free throws, and the Phoenix Suns ended up just handling them. So tonight what they did was they still manipulated the game. I'm going to break it down to you, and I'm going to show you how, okay, they manipulated this game. In the second half, They called no fouls. There was one free throw. Well, they call fouls. There were no free throw attempts for the LA Clippers, except Mason Plumlee when he was penetrating to the basket off of a pick and roll from Kawhi Leonard. He ended up missing the free throw, and he hit the second free throw. Okay, so that going to the free throw line more than the Lakers, that stopped in the second half. So what that means is every time the Clippers drive to the basket or make a layup, like Kawhi Leonard, a couple times he went to the basket, he ended up on the floor. He ended up making the layup, but he ended up on the floor because he had got fouled. And he looks back at the ref, and they didn't get those calls. They didn't get those calls because they wanted to bring the Lakers back. They wanted to keep that game close to give the Lakers a chance to win the game. The league has always been pro Lakers and pro Celtics. That is historical. That is historical what it is. And so if the Lakers and the Celtics or the Knicks, teams like that aren't excelling, they feel that's bad for the league. And the problem with that is that teams that smaller markets with Anthony Edwards and stuff like that, you never get to see those type of teams thrive because the league has an agenda. So they feel like if they don't have LeBron in the playoffs, that they failed. Like in 2021 when there was the Phoenix Suns and against the Milwaukee Bucks, all the Bron-sexuals lost their mind. I thought it was a great series, against Giannis and Chris Paul. It was something new. It wasn't the Warriors. It wasn't the same old script. But Adam Silver, LeBron's daddy, has to give his baby girl, LeBron James, a chance to make it. Okay, he got to give his baby girl a chance to make it. Okay, so tonight, by them not getting the free throws, the Clippers going to that line like they were doing. They were attacking the paint. Same way they were doing in the first half, but they just weren't getting the whistle. It changes the pace of the game, the tempo of the game. LeBron started, knocking down some shots, so I will say that he did knock down some 3-point shots. That'll happen. It's the NBA game. You know what I'm saying? You keep giving people opportunity to knock down shots. Okay? He knocked down shots. Plumlee turned the ball over, bringing the ball up the court. I don't know why the Clippers allowed their big to bring the ball to the court. That's fundamental basketball. Number one, you do not let your center bring the ball to the court. Now, I know this position is basketball, but he ain't no ball handler. Austin Reeves comes behind. Cam Reddish comes from behind. He steals the ball, brings it back down the court, lays it up, and here you go. The next thing you know, LeBron penetrates, gets to the bucket. And then Rui Hachimura knocks down the three. Clippers go up, and the game just starts to turn. Okay, starts to turn because now every time the Clippers go down there on that end and they get touched and fouled, the momentum changed because now they're looking like, well, what's going on? You were letting us get to the free throw line, which they wanted you all to see. Well, the Clippers shot more free throws because that's what the process was going to say. The Clippers shot more free throws than the Lakers, but they don't realize that there are other ways to manipulate the game. It's like, okay, we're just not going to call it. We see you getting fouled, we're just not going to call it. So we're going to let them get 6 free throws so we can shut up the people who saying the Lakers get more free throws to kind of keep that down because people are waking up. Okay, they're waking up. They're seeing sports for what it is. I get people to inbox me and message me all the time and say, yo, I appreciate your content. And I don't pay any attention to the boneheads or the Bron-sexuals. I don't do that. But I appreciate your content. I see what's going on, and it is what it is. So they trying to keep the Lakers alive. Another announcement I'm going to get back to this. Andrew Wiggins mysteriously is going to be out again, just like last season. I'm telling you, sounds rigged for a personal matter because they're battling for seeds right now, and they don't want the Lakers in the play-in having to play 2 games just to make it, just to get safe. They'd rather have him play that 1 game just to be safe. So now the Warriors and Andrew Wiggins, I'm telling you, man, I'm suspicious of this bull crap that goes on. Adam Silver's no good for the NBA. He needs to go. It's always been real, but he's been destroying. Look at the All-Star game and everything else. You got LeBron who thinks, and his fans think he's still chasing Mike. Listen, the man has lost in the finals 6 times. Chasing Mike, that's over with. He's a 6-time finals. He's a great player, but he lost in the finals. He's a loser. Mike has a perfect record in the finals when it comes to getting things done. So with that being said, going back to the Clippers, mistakes were made. James Harden was getting ready to inbound the ball, and he couldn't get it inbound. So what do you do when that happens? You call a timeout. He didn't call a timeout. He just threw the ball to the Lakers bench. I'm like, now, come on, man. When do you do that? He threw the ball to the Lakers bench, went out of bounds, and that's what that was. That was crazy. That was nuts, man. So, that was another painful turnover in the game. Then I think you had Harden try to jack up a three, and he missed badly. So the Clippers got impatient because they were letting the Lakers blitz them, foul them, do everything. And if you were to do that, if they did that on the other end, the whistle would blow. So you can't play as aggressively on the other end. But, we're going to hear about it. LeBron is down the third. Listen, that's my opinion of tonight's game. The Clippers did make some mistakes, but there was manipulation in the second half, and that manipulation came as they just allowed the game to play without any free throws for the Clippers in the second half. Now the Lakers, I'm not saying they didn't get fouled, none of that kind of stuff, but they really, really controlled the game that way. Okay, because you think about it, if they would have called, a few more that Clippers could win by 1 point. They want the Lakers in the playoffs, okay? Because that's money, that's revenue. Because you got LeBron on there, face of the NBA, the juice face, and you got all that going on, man. So, comment below, let me know what you think. I'm gonna keep dropping these lives, just breaking down the game. There's a clip that I'm just going to end it with right now. The announcer talking about how the Lakers shoot more free throws. So check me out. Again, I'm not going to break down the Washington Wizards again. That's not even worth it. We'll go ahead and break down the next game. I think they play the Bucks or something like that. Raw Sports TV 23. Peace.
Since James joined the Lakers back 6 years ago.
And they've had the largest free throw disparity over the last 2 NBA seasons in terms of the amount of free throws they take versus the amount of free throws their opponents take. So it's very rare they don't get to the free throw line, but did.